All right, so let's go back to talking about Charlotte specifically then. For what it is that I've seen, if you got a different opinion about it, then let me know. But I say Charlotte. I came to Charlotte in 2016. I said ever since I came down here, your city has no identity. It's a mix of so many different things. And actually, a term I heard for native Charlotteans is called a unicorn, which that's a popular term that's, in Charlotte. If you're a native, you're a unicorn because you're rare.
Gotta have it. Make it disappear and bring it appear like magic. Money. Gotta have it. Make it disappear and bring it appear like magic.
It's very rare to meet people who are actually from here. Everybody's from somewhere else. Therefore, the town itself doesn't really have a personality. And it's been the fastest growing city. I don't know if it's still the fastest growing city. It's one of the fastest growing cities still. But from like 2000 to 2003, it was the fastest growing city for like 3 years straight. And it's still one of the top 10. So everybody coming here from different places. Makes, I guess, to me, in my opinion, the city beautiful because there's so much diversity. But is there a way that people can understand, artists can understand that just because one artist wants to do it like this and another artist wants to do it like that, doesn't mean that there's conflict? Because what is the Charlotte sound? I think most Charlotte rappers are proud to be from Charlotte. They wear it proudly. Like, Charlotteans are not ashamed of their city. They're very proud people. I mean, everybody wants to have that Charlotte sound, but is it possible that we can unanimously admit that there is no Charlotte sound? Is that possible? Because there's so much different music in Charlotte, there really is no Charlotte sound. Does that make sense?
I mean, it's probably less of it's a lot of places that are melting pots, but they still have sounds. So if you say it was a lot of different type of people here, it's a melting pot, and because of that you don't have a sound, that could either really mean one or two things. You have to look at the city. Charlotte's a banking city, so just from the roots of it, it's about money. It's banking. And it's semi-entrepreneurship as far as, dealing with like for photography and things of that nature. But hospitals and banks is this bread and butter. So you're looking at, okay, music is an art form. It has nothing to do with banks, nothing to do with businesses. So that would pretty much breed an environment like that would breed, okay, whatever's hot, whatever's at that particular time. Because pretty much Charlotte doesn't have a sound. Why? Because there's no artist from Charlotte that's consistently on the radio or consistently in the media or on CNN or like consistently saying I'm from Charlotte and I'm in your face, I'm from Charlotte, and this is the Charlotte sound. Because I understand that, Atlanta, usually has a sound, New York has a sound, LA. Charlotte, the roots of music in Charlotte has to be more research heavily, like the roots of music.
There's actually a documentary. If anybody's watching this in Charlotte, so let me know the name of that documentary that dealt with the early days of hip hop in Charlotte. I remember somebody in the city doing that, and I forgot the name of the documentary, but it does open up a lot to like the early days of Charlotte hip hop, like early 2000s and even beyond that. Like dudes were rapping, and there was a lot of nice rappers here. There's a lot of nice rappers in Charlotte. Charlotte is not lacking in talent. Charlotte is not lacking in talent at all.
But
not just rap, but poetry, R&B. There's a lot of talent in the city, so yeah, we really should make a Charlotte versus everybody.
Man.
And it has to be everybody, though. Just like Detroit versus everybody was 16 whole minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody was spitting like a minute. It was like 17 niggas.
yeah, you know, it just, I mean, everything's about intensity. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain places are hubs. Atlanta's a hub, New York's a hub, LA's a hub, Houston's a hub. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte is compared to like Cleveland. You know what I mean? Cleveland, Ohio, it's like, it's just certain places are hubs. Now, it doesn't mean that it doesn't take away from any of the artists in that location. The question for the artist in the location is how you going to generate income to project your artistry. You create record labels? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you just bank on your shows? Excuse me, like do you like use social media as an outlet possibly? Like, I mean, now social media, man, is, you know, is pretty much made everything like an even playing field to a certain extent. So, I mean, just creating content.
So you're kind of saying that the fact that we have the internet makes all other roadblocks obsolete. It should.
Well, the thing about, yeah, I mean,
and nobody in Charlotte should be trying to get signed.
I mean, the only way you should be trying to get signed is if you have to create value. So don't let your, I mean, you always have to look at it as, what's
Well,
the
I
word?
mean, you look at Detroit though, Detroit scene, the niggas that you heard on the official song versus the niggas that were on the remix. These were signed niggas. All these niggas were unsigned niggas. Big Sean is signed. Eminem signed. Royce signed. All these other niggas, why you ain't heard them? Because they unsigned.
The thing about it was you have to look at it because they are private contractor. They have to look at the music differently. You have to look at it as, look, I'm just like you go to like a job that it pays only commission. When you're choosing to rap, you're choosing a job that for the moment only pays you in commission. Just like any other marketing job. It's just a marketing job. But now you're just marketing music. You're marketing your own music.
You're marketing your own music.
So,
you're selling your own music.
Right, so they're stuck in the mentality of, yo, I got to get signed, I got to get signed, I got to get signed. And you're not thinking about that you have to generate income by yourself now, usually, to get signed. So it all starts at a process. And then it's an option. Do I want to get signed now? Or do I just want to keep all of the profits for myself and generate my own company and keep all of this shit myself? Then you have something to share. So, you know what I mean? It's just changing the mentality of it. And then once people look at it like that, then people will come together because my brand is helping your brand. Your brand is helping this people brand. So we look at it and then we empower each other. That's how hip hop is just empowering each other. So if it needs to be a Charlotte versus everybody just to empower each other enough, then it has,
and that's pretty much why
done.
they did Detroit versus everybody.
Right. Even if it has to be versus everybody else. Sometimes that versus everybody else is just enough energy to empower everybody.
Gotta have it. Make it disappear and reappear like magic. Money, gotta have it. Make it disappear and reappear like magic.